Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Nady, and today I'm going to be retrying makeup that I didn't really like, but using your suggestions. As you beautiful people know, this is about the products, not the people behind them. Any tiff you may have with them, please cast it away, because this is a channel of positive energy, okay? Thank you. Oh, my happy little honeysuckles, how you doing today? I hope wherever you're at in the world, you're having a spiffy day so far. Also, my camera is like really lopsided. We gotta fix this. That way? No, that way? There? Oh, wow. Can you even tell a difference? I do test quite a few things on my channel, and I've noticed over the years where I used to be super freaking detailed with like every product that I would try. Now I'm not as detailed. I kind of go in like an average consumer, and my approach now isn't trying to sell you anything. It's more let me spend my money as an average consumer before you spend yours. And so I kind of go into things as if I were just a regular Joe Schmo. I do read the directions that they give on the products or the directions on the website, but if there's like a launch video, I usually won't watch it. One, because I don't think you should have to watch a launch video on a product to be able to use the product unless it's like super unique. Like if it's obvious that you can fuck something up pretty easily with it, then yeah, I'll watch the video. But when it comes to like a foundation, you shouldn't have to watch a launch video, especially to know like your correct shade and to know that some of the shades change color, so you have to go lighter. Like to have to do that with a foundation is just so unrealistic, because what if I was Googling good foundations and something like the Lisa Eldridge foundation came up? If I didn't know that she was a famous makeup artist and a YouTuber, I would have just purchased this and that would have been that. Like I wouldn't have known there was a whole video around it. And so that's kind of the approach that I use. And when I reviewed this, I'd only seen like maybe 1 or 2 Lisa Eldridge videos. I'd seen all of her pictures and looked at her clientele. Talk about freaking stunning and talented. But now that I've kind of fallen down the Lisa Eldridge rabbit hole, I totally understand this. She is the minimalistic queen. She starts off very, very light and then builds up, whereas I typically like squirt a fuck ton on and then try to make that work. So knowing that with herself and with her clients, she does like a very minimal coverage, and then if more coverage is needed, she'll either build up or use a concealer. I have so much more appreciation for this product, so I really want to test it again with your suggestions. Again though, this is $61. You should not even have to read anything more than what's on there for $61. But I also know that she is an indie brand, and so a majority of the people who purchase this probably do know of her. They know her application styles. They've probably seen her launch video on this. They've watched other reviews. So I guess like in a way it's my bad, and I do apologize for not knowing more about her, but I guess my point is that you shouldn't have to do all of this research for a basic product like a foundation. I also recently retried this Nars matte foundation, which every time I try this, I hate the absolute shit out of it, but I guess I've been going in way too hardcore. I've kind of been applying it like I do my Maybelline Fit Me, and that stuff is kind of like a more watery, liquidy formula, and so you do have to apply like a half a teaspoon or maybe like a 1/4 teaspoon of it to get decent coverage with it. So I went in with this in that same style. Holy crap, you only need like a drop of this apparently. So before I talk any further, one of the suggestions that y'all had was to apply my skincare like a while before I applied these and really let it sink in before even going in with this. So I will do that. My face is all clean. I just rolled out of bed. Good morning or good afternoon or evening, wherever you're watching this. And for skincare today, I'm gonna go in with my Laura Mercier, the Perfect Cream and Illuminating Eye Cream. A few little dollops right there. I am gonna go in a little bit heavy with this. It's slowly becoming winter here and my skin is dry as shit. I have been doing a lot of hydrating masks, so it could be much worse, but I do want to give these products the best chance possible. Like, I just get so damn comfortable with y'all. I love my job. I have a blast doing it, and I do try to be as accurate as possible with everything. I forget that sometimes people are like here for a legitimate review instead of just being silly, but I also really appreciate the feedback when it's put nicely, which 99.9% of the time it is, so thank you for that. But also don't forget, this is just makeup, and please don't ever take just my word for it. Like, watch a few reviews on stuff. Nobody's skin is the same. What might look cakey or gross on my skin might look fan-freaking-tastic on your skin. That's just one of the many awesome things about makeup. Also, big thanks to everyone who told me the correct way to pronounce these ingredients. I'm not gonna try again, but thank you. Sometimes it's very difficult for me to read. My mind just like jumbles the spelling of words up. I don't think I'm dyslexic. I think it's just like my brain. Like, I would know by now if I were dyslexic. Okay, but I got the shade 14. I did do the match on her website. For the people who said, did you purposefully get the incorrect shade? This is what they said to do, and so I didn't buy multiples. And I didn't know that the colors changed on you. People were like, yeah, it's supposed to change colors. I guess if it's supposed to change colors or it gets a little bit deeper, that's one thing, but I'm assuming they should account for that when I put in my correct shade. So does this technically oxidize? I don't know. A lot of people said this does change colors. That's fine, just plan accordingly. I didn't find the color to be like too offensive. It did get a little bit orange on me. It didn't seem as though it was the products that I had put down that caused it to turn orange, because when I put a little dollop on the back of my hand, it turned orange. But even with the color change, it didn't look that bad. So I'm gonna go in with half of my face. It seemed the popular way to apply this was with your hands, so I'll do that. My hands are clean, and I'm gonna go in with one pump, and then I'm gonna split that in half, because you only need a half a pump for your whole face, I guess. But I'm only gonna do half of my face, so I'll split that half and half. All right, so there is one pump, an absolutely minuscule amount. It does have a fabulous consistency. I did kind of mention that I don't like how this doesn't have a base, and people were like, well, you're supposed to either set it on your side or keep this. I do like the way this looks, but that really is very unrealistic. But that's also personal preference. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I just throw all my foundations in a drawer. They don't even stand up anyway, so who really cares? Let me kind of split this in half. I'll put that half right there. See, I've got two halves, and then we'll take this half and place it right there. So I am taking one half of the half for the half of my face, and we will dot this along there. I didn't really like the way that this looked in my beard. I'm not gonna say a product is better or worse just because it does or doesn't go in a beard, but several people did say that when you apply it with your fingers, it does go in a beard quite nicely. Okay, so there is the 1/4 of a pump. Do we see any fucking difference? No. According to several comments, this is supposed to have done something. Okay, I don't know what to say. Like, tell me that did something. Looking in my monitor, I don't even remember which side I put this on. Wait, this side, this side, this side, right? Yeah, this side. Whew, it's one of those days. Let's get a little bit closer. Do we see any difference? If it seems like there's a difference, it is 10,000% a placebo effect. With that being said though, the little bit that I applied, it doesn't look cakey on my skin, but it also doesn't look like it's on my skin. So that was the correct amount. I am only gonna use this on this half of my face. So far the color match does seem okay. Oh wait, no, I do see a little bit of something up there, but this is also supposed to be buildable. So I'm gonna take this other little 1/4 that I have, and let's just try building it up, because honestly, one pump for the whole face, I don't think that's that bad. And so half a pump per side, I feel like that's pretty normal. Tap that into the skin ever so gently. Ooh, see, now on the forehead, I am starting to see a little bit of very minimal coverage, but still coverage. It looks like my skin, but better. It might be a tiny bit too dark, but I really don't think it's that noticeable. Yeah, that is just sticking in my beard. I feel like it's kind of a waste to put it down there because it's just gonna like stick and be patchy. But I do think either layering or just going in with like the half a pump on this side really does look good. I don't know if you'll be able to see like the line where it stops, or maybe even the little splotches in my face fur. I'm not really certain how the one person who said, wait, is that just like a missing spot right there? I don't know how the commenter who said this does look good in facial hair got this to work. Maybe they weren't trying to put it through like a legit beard, but honestly, that's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried more about like my actual exposed skin. And looking at this, I still don't see that big of a difference, but I do think this side looks a tiny bit healthier, but any healthier than I would get with like a BB cream? I don't think so. But if you have more mature skin or you don't have very many flaws and you do want just like a minimal second skin finish, you might like this. Even after taking the suggestion of using much less and blending it out with my fingers, I'm still not sold on this. However, it does look pretty, so I could see there definitely being a market for this, but for this price, I think that you could do much cheaper. I will say though, this did last fantastically throughout the day, so if you do have longer days, then maybe 61 bucks really isn't that bad for you, especially if you only need like one pump. That's not bad at all. So I don't know. I kind of want to build this up because they do say you can layer it, and I know that people are always like, stop fucking building it up. But it also really doesn't look like I'm wearing much of anything, does it? You know what? No, fuck it. I'm not going to build it up. I'm not going to apply cake face to this. This is the suggested amount, so I'm going to leave it up to you. I'm not even going to give my input. It doesn't matter whether or not I think this is worth the price. This is what matters. You are the one who's technically going to be sold or not sold. So let me know down in the comments below if you think this is worth it. I know this is already a pretty pretty thin formula, but I almost wonder if it would be a little bit better mixed in with like a moisturizer so that you could spread it out a little bit farther. And then it would kind of be more like an actual BB or CC cream where it's like skincare but tinted. Maybe that's the ticket with this. I don't know. But on this half of my face, the next product that I really didn't love, but seems to be a huge fan favorite amongst my commenters is the Nars Matte, whatever this is, Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I really have heard absolutely amazing things about this. I've seen makeup artists use it and it looks flawless on their skin. I think I'm just going in way too heavy-handed and I think I'm using the wrong tools. So let me make sure it's all shooketh. And I will admit this is way too yellow, so we're gonna see a clear difference between the sides. I apologize. I got this when I thought I had more yellowy undertones, but I think I'm definitely more like rosy. There is a bloopy. I normally go in with probably 5 times that amount at least, which now that I'm looking at this, no wonder I fucking have cake face every time I use this. So I'm gonna take like half of that, not even half of that, more like a third, place it right there. And a lot of people suggested that you blend this out with your fingers as well. I don't like blending things out with my hands just because it makes my hands feel like dirty and gross and then I have to go wash them. And I don't know, it's not really that big of a deal. That is spread out probably as much as I can spread it out. I wasn't able to get it down to my little beard here. And she will gladly admit this looks so much better. Normally my face looks like the surface of the fucking moon when I apply this to my forehead, but now it does look soft and it does look very matte, but not like drying matte. But it also didn't add that much coverage. Maybe the slightest bit. It totally corrected up here. I think I just didn't get quite enough down in this area. I can still see the redness around my nose. I'm gonna take a little tiny bit. There's barely anything there. And just kind of tap it around this area. This does have some decent coverage, so I know it should color correct. That worked pretty good. My goodness, y'all. Ignoring the fact that my beard doesn't have any, my face actually looks very, very nice. This tiny amount honestly looks pretty much the same as like 2 pumps of my Maybelline, which, because I have to use so little of this, it might actually end up being cheaper than my Maybelline. I actually really like the way that looks. Let's get closer. Would I love a little bit more coverage? Abso-fucking-lutely, but do I need it? Not really. I think it did a decent job at kind of neutralizing the redness around this area. My forehead looks a little bit better. My skin does look healthier, but still a little bit thirsty, especially around this area. It seems to really be enhancing the texture, whereas this side, I don't notice as much texture. So if anybody is gonna be using this, like if you like the way this looks and you don't have like super supple hydrated skin, maybe go in with an extreme moisturizer before and let it sit there for a while to really absorb. Like so much moisturizer that you might have to wipe a little bit off before applying your makeup, which I do see a lot of makeup artists do and I have done to clients, and it really does make all the difference in the world. So if I'm looking at both sides next to each other, neither side really looks as though I'm wearing makeup. I do think the Nars side does have a bit more coverage, but both of them look like my skin. Nothing is catching in wrinkles, but this product is very, very mattifying and it's $40. This one is not at all mattifying, but it is a third of the price more at $61. I almost want to see how these would be mixed because I like the coverage of this, but I don't love that it's matte. And I kind of like the dewy, luminous finish that this somewhat has. I'm gonna try to take equal parts of both of these. This is a totally pointless experiment. Honestly, at this point, I'm just here to entertain. So thank you for being here. Oh gosh, okay, so there is like 1 droppy bloopy of each. I'm not gonna go in with this amount. I just wanted enough of both to mix. The colors are actually very, very similar. Like I can't really tell the difference between the two. So they're mixing pretty easily. And I wiped off most of my finger. I'm just gonna take whatever's left and kind of tap it right there. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. That just gave me a beautiful no makeup look. Like there's still coverage. It looks like a second skin still has like a pretty dewy finish. Oh my, let's get closer. So this little square is where I put it. I don't know if you can kind of tell the difference, like it starts right there, but it took like the best qualities of both products. It just looks beautiful and kind of airbrushed on my skin. It does still accentuate like my little wrinkles and stuff, but I think that's just how everything is gonna be from now on. But I really like that. Can you even fucking see that? I apologize if you can't. Just for shits and giggles, I kind of want to see how it would look on this side. This is the side with the Nars. It's a little bit dry, but I'm hoping that that the Lisa Eldridge stuff might add a little bit of moisture. Still, even though it is on the dry side, it is nowhere near as bad as it normally is when I really go ham with it. Oh, shit on a cracker. Ladies and gents, this actually looks really, really stinking pretty. I think I just cracked the little code because the thinness of this is making this super easy to spread around. And so it's almost acting like a mixing medium. And this doesn't have a ton of coverage, but it's giving like a blurred effect. And then because this also has a little bit of a blurring effect, together, oh, that's beautiful. Again, apologies because you can probably see everywhere where I didn't apply it. I can't really tell that in person, but the lens always picks up way more than the naked eye can. This looks so beautiful. Like, am I crazy? Maybe I'm absolutely wrong. And I actually did go in with kind of quite a bit, like 1 pump total, like half a pump of each, which I think for like day-to-day use, that honestly would be way too much, but I just scooped it up. You could probably get away with using what I used on this half of my face all over your entire face. But even so, this half of my face really doesn't look cakey. You guys, this is why I fucking love makeup so damn much. I just combined those on a total whim. And truthfully, I don't own a foundation that really looks this beautiful on my skin. Oh yeah, I just missed that whole spot right there. This looks better than my Dior. This looks better than my Maybelline. For days when my beardo is a little bit shorter and I'm actually able to spread this around, this combination is something that I would absolutely fuck with. I like this. We should turn this into a series where I combine like the things that I hate and the things that I love, or all the things that I hate, and hopefully see if it turns into something that I might love. I know this was kind of like a pointless, goofy video, which describes almost all my videos, but we got a little phoenix out of these ashes. I kind of want to do like a wear test and go downstairs and show you how this looks in natural normal light. This side has just the Lisa Eldridge side. This side has first the Nars and then layered with both of them together. And even though I layered a few foundations up, this side still looks really pretty. There's nothing cakey about it. There really isn't terrible oxidizing happening. It may have changed color slightly, but it's not orange. So once again, my loves, here we are. I'm gonna do a wear test. I'll see you in just a second. I'm so excited over my new little finding. I was about to send this shit back. Thank you all so much for your suggestions. Like, damn. Okay, peace out, home slice. As promised, I wanted to show you how we actually look. Again, this is the side with the Nars, and you know what, down here it actually looks a little bit ashy and light, which is odd because it is very dark on me. But I'm kind of glad the color isn't perfect because we can see the difference of the Lisa side and then the mixture side. I think I remember the Lisa side having titanium dioxide. I almost wonder if the Nars one does too, and you're just seeing a little bit of flashback. But here on this side, we look fucking flawless. On this side, not so much. It really doesn't look like I'm wearing anything. I think this product is good if you don't really need much fixing. You just want a little bit healthier of a look. But if you're wanting great coverage with like a soft look, oh my gosh, you can see everywhere where I mixed it. It just like stops there and is missing up there, but that's okay. I really do think this looks great. It's quite a gloomy day outside. It's super overcast, so this is like perfect lighting. What do we think? Lisa side, nice and glowy, but very minimal, or the Nars Soft Matte and Lisa side? I personally am really digging this side. I know it's not gonna be for everyone though, so if you like this side more, that's totally okay. Oh, look who's here. Hi, Ron. How you doing, bud? Are you the most handsomest little devil ever? Okay. Also, I've gotten a lot of comments for like a plant tour. I have over 100 plants in my house, and not just like tiny plants, like they're big plants. My house is a fucking jungle. Here are just a couple of them. I did have a little flower coming on this guy right here. Look at him. Hi, BB. Also, all YouTubers wear sweatpants and slippers. If they don't, they're lying to you. But yeah, I have a little palm back there. We have some succulents on the table, a few corn plants, then all in my very messy kitchen. It's completely filled with plants. I always have flowers. Well, actually, those ones are fake, but I do always have like real flowers. No matter how freaking broke I am, I have always found it in the budget to once a month at least get fresh flowers. They don't have to be expensive, but they just do something to the energy in a room. They help brighten things up. They make my mood better, and so just a little tip to have good like energy and chi and shit. And if you can't afford real flowers, no problem, get some fake ones. They basically do the same thing. But here, I'll continue with my little plant tour. Here we have a couple mother-in-law tongues. We have a little juicy guy right here. He's fake. And then another mother mother-in-law tongue. I have so many of those. They're so good for air purification. And when you never leave your fucking house and you live with animals, you need good air. And then down here we have, I don't know what that is. My grandma didn't want to take care of it anymore, so she gave it to me, and it's grown like 8 inches. And then we have a fabulous little orchid who's sprouting a new leaf. Hopefully he'll regrow some kind of flower. I don't know, we'll see. And then we have another very floppy mother-in-law tongue right here, also called a snake plant. But this is actually a rehab plant. It was completely dead when I got it. It still does have a slight erectile dysfunction, but we'll try to fix that. And my little pathos, I don't know what the fuck it's called, but I got it as just a little single leaf, and now it is growing like crazy. Next place that I move, I want an entire wall of that stuff, so I'm trying to trail it and help it grow. And then right here is my wandering Jew. I hate that name. I don't understand it, but it often sprouts beautiful pink flowers, and I too got this when it was itty bitty, and now she's huge. I need to do like a meet and greet and bring everybody like little pieces of my plants to propagate. In fact, I'm propagating it right now over here. And then I do have a fuck ton of plants upstairs. Sorry, my kitchen is so messy, but my upstairs is an absolute freaking shit show. I'm trying to get out of this place and buy a house because this is just wasted money living here. It is literally more expensive than a freaking house payment would be. And so as nice as this is, I'm very big into renovation and DIY stuff, but I'm actually like good at it. Like I've renovated kitchens, and like I put up this brick wall. It's actually rubber. Like if you feel it, it's like a padded cell. And I have so many cool ideas to make beautiful like marble accent walls. And I just want to do that. And I really want to create a whole series out of it. I don't know, maybe HGTV will pick me up. HGay-TV. But anyways, that has nothing to do with this video, but I thought I'd give you a little sneaky peeky into my very small little bubble that I live in. Anyways, I'm gonna keep wearing this. I do like this side. I like the glowiness that it has, but it's not enough to sell me on the product alone. But together, that to me is where the fuck it's at. So I'm gonna continue wearing the products. Let me know down in the comments below which side you like more, if either side. I am once again so grateful for all the tips and tricks that you guys gave me. Now we know that fingers are really the best way to apply this. After all, you can do some magical shit with your fingers, so let's just add this to the list. All right, BBs, it is still kind of early in the day. I'm gonna wear this till the very end. I'll see you in just a second. All right, we are back. It is the end of my day. How the hell do we look? It is starting to break apart in a few areas, and I'm really hella shiny. I'm pretty sure I'm shinier than when I started. In normal light, like not under all these fluorescent lights, I don't think my skin has ever looked better with a foundation on. Like, this is the true definition of a happy accident. I am remembering now that I didn't powder this, and so that's probably why it's splitting. But even with how it looks right now, I am so happy. This combination might actually be like my new holy grail. Together, this is like $100. Do we think this looks like $100 foundation? I mean, it's a lot of fucking money, but I don't know, it kind of looks good. Love unexpected shit like that. Okay, so what did we learn today? I learned that your advice is fan-freaking-tastic, and anytime I dislike a product, I totally want to take your advice and retry it with the methods that you suggest. And I also learned that just like math, 2 negatives can make a positive. Especially from this distance, I do think both sides look pretty good, but this side especially, I think looks extra flawless. It's like the chef's kiss. Everything is just somehow blurred. Like, how do they do this magic shit? Okay, so the half pump I am debunking. You are not gonna get jack shit with half a pump. If you do, let me know how. Like, is your face like this small? Even with my fingers, I think at minimum I would need at least a full pump to get any kind of coverage like I'd want. But mixed with equal parts of this and blended out with your fingers, something out of this world happens. It's like a completely new product is created. You combine the minimalism of this with the heartiness of this, and it's the perfect in between. I don't know that I would recommend this side if you have a lot of deep set wrinkles or dry skin, but if you really hydrate, oh my gosh, my nose is dripping. It's so chilly in here. But if you really hydrate your skin and maybe powder your skin after you put this on so that it's locked into place, I think this could be the combination of the year. No, of the century. No, of a lifetime. Not to be dramatic, but I get so excited when my skin actually looks good. I don't know if anybody out there will actually end up ever trying this combination, but if if you do, please let me know what you think. I just can't stop looking at this side, and it feels just like my skin, so the fact that it's kind of breaking apart is a little bit surprising to me because it doesn't feel like anything is on my skin and nothing comes off, so I don't know what's up with that. But thank you all so much for all of your suggestions. I'm always learning new things, and there's so many different techniques, and with all of the different people watching, I love hearing all of the ways that you get this product to work. So there we go, my loves. Thank you so much for being here. You know I love having you. And you know my little spiel. If you'd like to support me and my channel just a little bit more, please feel free to join us over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Poplux. There you get videos a day early. You get Patreon only content. Plus, best part, it is cheap, fun, and fancy, just like me. And like always, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you're notified anytime I upload a new video. Don't forget my newest collection of highlighters, including Black Ice, which does change from black to white, will be available again soon at thepoplux.com. Also, my latest album, Kiss of Fame, is available everywhere online that music is sold. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting them. Comment down below, let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at officialnady, and you can follow me online at thepoplux.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye!